sponsored by Heritage Title and Heritage Financial, our in-house title and finance company, that we encourage you guys to use, of course. Also, you're going to receive 2 pink tickets. Those are for complimentary cocktails, beer, wine, house beer, wine, and cocktails. And then the gray ticket is for our giveaways that we're going to have in just a few minutes. Just want to give you another information about our title company. Wanted to let you know that we have the best rate guarantee that we will beat any other title company's closing cost by $100. We also give your buyer a $300 credit toward closing, and we travel anywhere, Maryland, Virginia, and DC. So you don't have to come into Annapolis, we'll come to you. And that'll offset that $300 credit for your buyer, offset that admin fee. If we can't beat that rate, come back to us. If you find another rate, a better rate with a title company, let us know and we'll counter, okay? We'll counter. Also, we encourage you to use our finance company, Heritage Financial. We have the best rate guarantee as well that will beat any other lender by $100. We offer your buyer a $100 Home Depot card just to pre-qualify. And if we can't beat the lender, then we give your buyer a $500 credit toward closing. So you have a couple of handouts tonight on the table, you guys, explaining Heritage Title, Heritage Financial, and you also have some Realtor magazines. They came to us. Feel free to take those. If there's another agent on the back, don't worry about it, or if they're listed on the front, we just scattered those around on the table. They've been coming to the office. So again, this is the new September-October version of the Realtor magazine. Also wanted to let you know in that other handout, if any of you guys can bring me an agent that signs on with Taylor Properties, you get $100. So that's a nice night out, nice little dinner for yourself or someone you want to take. Okay? So again, try to use our title company, try to use our finance company. We do have new title processors. Well, we actually have one new one that we've added. We have 3 now. We have Holly, who is our Heritage Title Manager, Holly Bechtel. We have new Kathy Jordan, and I'm going to introduce her in just a moment. And we have Sheila Watson. Unfortunately, she was unable to make it tonight. But again, so we have 3 title processors. So hopefully we'll be able to fulfill your title needs. And we have 12 loan officers, you guys. Dave Keeney is not here yet, so he'll be mingling around a little later on. But I want to encourage you, to try to use our in-house title and finance. That's how we keep your fees low and your commission high. 100% commission, $49 a month. That's a great split, great split. Taylor Properties and Anne Arundel Properties is now up to 634 agents. Maryland and Virginia cities. Thank you. Hard work. Thank you for bringing me those recruits. Also, I wanted to remind you that we have our branch office in Silver Spring. Mary is the branch manager. We have the newly opened Largo. We just haven't advertised that yet. Frank Evans is our branch manager. We're going to be holding a grand opening for that either towards the end of September or the beginning of October, but we will definitely let you know. We have Waldorf, which is a satellite office. We have Rockville, which is a satellite office, and the newly opened satellite office in Baltimore, and that is in the Mount Washington Mill area. So those are accessible to you guys evenings, weekends, during normal business hours. There's instructions on our company site on how to access those locations. And we ask that you please use your utmost professionalism when you are using those locations to meet clients or conduct settlements. Let's see. I am now going to introduce our new title processor, Kathy Jordan. So come on up, Kathy. Come on up. A shout out to Kathy. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Kathy Jordan, and I just started with Heritage Title. I'm so excited to be with this wonderful company. I've got over 25 years of title processing. I was an agent for a short amount of time, but I really love the processing end of it. So I went back to processing. So I'm a little nervous. I'm not the best at public speaking, but I'd be happy to talk to every one of you by email or give me a call and answer any of your questions. Definitely feel free to talk to me tonight. And you know, if you have any title questions or concerns, or you think it's going to be an unusual situation, I've probably dealt with it in all my years. So I'd be happy to talk to you about it. And I understand, I think we try and get quotes out within an hour or two. You know, if you've got a lender being down, asking for a quote with title fees, recordings, definitely email me. Do my best to get it to you, maybe within even an hour. So I'm excited to be here, and I look forward to working with each and every one of you. And I think my email is going to be on the roster, so you can get a hold of me, or I can give it to you tonight, or you can just call me at Heritage Title, and I'm extension 120. Thank you.
Thanks for the hand for Kathy Jordan. She didn't seem so nervous. I thought she did a great job. Again, new title processor, lots of experience, and we are really working hard, folks, to bring Heritage Title up to that next level. So if you had some bad experiences in the past, again, experienced title processors. Holly, she's our title manager back there, so a little wave. Kathy, again, you already met her. And Sheila, unfortunately, she's not here, but very experienced title processors. So give us a go. Give us a go. Now, if you would like to pull out your great ticket, we have a few giveaways. And just to let you know, folks, dinner will be served about 6:15 after our guest speaker. Okay? So here we go. First ticket, 513257. 513257. You go, Glenda, and you can pick a bottle of wine right up here or a t-shirt. The t-shirts, unfortunately, I have one pink small and the others are larges. Okay, so if you don't want that shirt, get a bottle of wine. Okay, next ticket, you guys. 513272. 513272. Is that Rose? Ooh, this is one of our new agents, you guys. Rose Mercer, and she is part of Doris Lynch's team. So she just joined us for that awesome Taylor Properties support. Bottle of wine or a shirt, you choose. We want to thank everyone for getting here as close to on time or on time as best you could. I know there's traffic. Okay, next ticket, 513304. 513304. All right, come on up, take your pick. Thank you. Thank you, Saba. All right. Let's see, I'll do two more and then we will move on. 513295. 513295. All right. 513288. 513288. 513288. It's got to be someone. 513288. No? Okay, we're moving on. 513309. All right, come on up, Norm. Come on up. Okay, 513264. 513264. Oh, Doris Lynch's team is winning. Come on up. Let's see, I might have one more bottle of wine left. If not, t-shirt. Okay. No one wants your name. T-shirt. Yes, always. I always come prepared. Okay, one more, you guys. 513280. 513280. All right, come on up. And you are the lucky winner of a t-shirt right over here. Small and large, I have to be very careful. There you go, I'll take that. Watch out for tripping them. Any casualties. Just a couple having everything at your fingertips, the privacy between you, your client, the other agent, and it's going to be a great thing. Melissa and Mike are in charge of that. Any questions, they'll be available later or by email. Melissa will be helping. Melissa's in the back, right there in the blue shirt. In case you haven't met Melissa, there she is. Karen's on the right. There's Karen, and then Tiffany. Shout out, Tim. Come on, get your hand up. Let's see. Melissa, we have another Melissa we call Mac. And then we have Melanie on the end. She does our installments, right there. Melanie. And then Delia, all the way to the very end, you guys. Chief Operating Officer and your office manager. And then Jamie. There's Jamie in the very back. She's your commission girl, your best friend. Again, folks, so we are offering .loop. Mike and Melissa are available for any questions by email or call the office. So right now, we're going to be featuring our guest speaker. Where is she? Sue Pinder from Marist. She's going to be going over all the updates and changes to the Marist website. So big hand for Sue Pinder.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me this evening. I just want you guys to know you're the very first office that's going to get a sneak peek of the new Bright MLS system. All right. We've been talking about it for a long time, and it's really starting to happen. So how many of you don't really have any idea what Bright MLS is? Yeah. So let me bring you up to speed a little bit on what's going on. So basically, MRIS and Trend, which is the MLS up in the King of Prussia area, they've been talking for a couple years and have tried to come up with a way to keep agents and brokers from having to pay multiple MLS fees. And because right now your clients can go wherever and they can look at houses, but unfortunately sometimes when they come back to you and tell you about a property, it may be in an area that you're not part of that MLS, which means then you would either have to join that MLS or do a referral or something like that. So by coming together and knocking down some of those borders, we have, along with MRIS and Trend, 7 other areas that have agreed to come on board with us to form Bright Multiple Listing Service. So what you're looking at, everything in orange is what is going to be the new Bright footprint. Over here, 6 states plus DC is what we'll have. We're going to have 9 million listings, 85,000 subscribers. So right now, MRIS is 40,000. We're going to be going to 85,000 subscribers. 43 associations. This is going to give you an idea. So this is MRIS. This is Trend, and then some of these other areas are the new ones that have come on board. So we have Keystone MLS, which is up around Central Penn area in Pennsylvania, Central Penn MLS, York and Adams County, Sussex County, Delaware, beach area, and Coastal Association, Ocean City, and Salisbury. They will also be coming on board. So yesterday was the first onboarding of one of the new areas, which is up in the Central Penn area. So we did 3 areas at one time. That was in Pennsylvania. They now have a preview of the new Bright system. So the way it's going to work, a month from now, on October 23rd, they will actually be cut over to the new Bright MLS system. And their properties will be fed back into MRIS. For those of us that are on MRIS, we'll still be able to see their properties. For Coastal and Sussex, their date to go over to the new Bright MLS system is in December. MRIS customers and Trend will be moved over sometime in December into the first quarter of 2016. 2018. The way it's going to work is we're going to notify brokerages of the date that your offices will be moved over. So we're going to try to do it office by office. MRAS territory is a large territory. It's going to take us a while to get everyone over onto the new system. So when I say the new system, I mean there is going to be a new matrix and there is going to be a new input. So Keystone will no longer be Keystone. It will be listing management. So we're going to have a lot of training that we're going to be doing. I know. Change again. But I think you're going to like what you're going to have, and I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of some of the stuff that you're going to have. So basically, this is the footprint. These are the areas. These are actually the areas that got the preview yesterday. And then in December, Sussex and Coastal will be going on board along with Cumberland. And then MRAS and Trend will be the last to go on board. Okay? As the new areas get over onto Bright, their information will be fed back to MRAS and Trend so that we also can see that information and their properties. Then once everybody gets over, everybody's going to have access to all the properties within that footprint. Okay? Any questions so far? Yes, sir.
So when our areas go live, I assume we won't have to do a thing to preserve our auto emails or save searches?
That is correct. Everything is going to be moved over to the new system. Fingers crossed. So, the nice thing is, we are the last to be moved over to the new system. So all the bugs and everything should be all out before we get moved over. So that's a good thing. Yes, sir.
You get a link on the amount of pictures we can download and upload.
You're getting a little ahead of me, but I'll let you know right now that there is going to be an increase in the photos allowed. Does anybody want to take a guess?
45. 50. 40.
60. 150 photos will be allowed. That will be the max. You don't have to upload 150, but you can upload up to 150. Also, remarks. You have 400 characters right now for remarks. The public remarks will be increasing to 4,000. So if you can't say what you want to say with 4,000 characters. So there's also going to be public remarks is going to be there. You're going to have agent private remarks and you're going to have office private remarks. Those will be the remarks, of course, along with farm remarks. Okay? So those are just kind of the highlights of some of the things that we're changing that you can look forward to.
Oh, wow.
Okay? Yes, sir.
What about license infringements from one association into a different state?
Well, you got to be licensed.
Okay, so
Yeah.
nothing changing there.
No, no. No, you got to be licensed if you're going to go over to another state. Yep. Okay. So, does anybody have a question before I move on? Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I did. For the listing, will it be where we can, once we type in the information for the listing, will it be less information that we have to type in, instead of typing so much information?
I'll get to that.
Oh,
Hold on. Hold on to that thought. I'll get there. Okay, so what you're looking at on the screen is the new brightmls.com. So now when you log into MRAS.com, right? You're going to be logging in here. And then you're going to click log in. And when you click log in, you're going to get a screen that looks a little similar to this. Now, you're going to notice across the very top is our, what we call a mega menu. And that's because you're going to navigate everything right from this page. So now when you go to MRAS, you got to click on matrix, you got to click on residential, you got to click on general to get to your search. All you're going to have to do here is click on search, and the search comes up. Just a couple of highlights here. The one new thing that's going to be on the new BrightMLS.com website is office news. So your office manager, broker, whoever has permission will be able to post news on this site that they want to get out to their agents. So we've always had association news. So whoever your primary association is, you've always been able to see news that they posted. You also will be able to see office news as well. All right? Over on the left-hand side, you're going to have your hot sheets over on the left, and then you'll be able to access your listings right from the main screen. Across the top, before I click on search, you're going to have clients. That's where you're going to go to your auto emails, your contacts, all that. My listings, guess where that takes you? To the new listing management screen where you can add and edit your listings. Finance, market research, and more. So when you click on search, this is what you're going to be presented with. So you're going to have your property types, which are down here on the left-hand side. So a couple changes to the property types. We have taken rentals out, a residential and commercial, and they're their own property type. So you got residential and you got residential lease. You have commercial and you have commercial lease. Okay?
What about lots?
Also farms is taken out of residential and it is its own. Land is its own property type. And there's a new one called business opportunity. This is a business, it's not real property. Excuse me? Yes. Yes. And then of course you have your multiple property types down there.
And you still have land?
Oh, yeah. Lot land.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lot land.
Lot land. Okay. So this is what your new search screen is going to look like. Like that? Okay. So one of the different things, besides the way it looks, now instead of going to the map to search within a certain distance of a subject property, you can do it right here from the search screen. So you can put in the distance and put in the location, and you'll be able to come up with the properties that match that. So you don't have to do it on the map anymore. Also, under statuses, we have a couple new statuses. We have one called active under contract. That is your contingent properties. So right now you have contingent, no kick out, contingent, kick out. That's where those are. You also have your temporary off the market, your pending, your withdrawn, and you have canceled. So canceled is where you no longer have a listing agreement. Withdrawn is where the property is just withdrawn from the market.
So you don't have temporarily off?
Temp off is on there. It's there.
Oh, it's there?
Uh-huh. Temporarily off market. It's there. You're coming soon, you're active, all that is still there.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So as you scroll up, this is the rest of the search screen that you'll be able to search by. So it looks very similar. You got your additional fields down here that you can add to the bottom of your search screen, just like you do now. So remember, this is still Matrix, it's just a newer version, okay? Some other highlights that you're going to be able to do here. You're going to be able to do a 360 property display, reverse prospecting, a new client portal, closing cost tool, hit counter, hot sheets, concierge, and I'm going to go over all this with you. Showing card access from your search results right in Matrix, drive time search, some mortgage information, and portal activity notifications. Those are all new things that you're going to have access to in the new Matrix. So, the 360 property report is basically where you can get the public records, your listing information, the history of the property, flood information, all of that on one report when you go into Matrix. So if you just click on an MLS number from the results screen, it will give you the listing, and then across the top, you see your tags. You have your public record, your tax history, your sale history, your flood report, and your history for that property. So you have all of that. Yep. The flood report comes from FEMA through CoreLogic, which is the company that has Matrix. If you go and you click on, you have select a property and click on print, you also have that in your printable reports so that you can actually bring it up and preview it on the screen and print it out. So this is your listing information of the printable report. As you scroll up, you're also going to have your public records. Then you're going to have your tax history, and you're also going to have your flood report and your history on the property. So it's all going to be on one report if you wanted to print it out. That's the 360 report. Reverse, does anybody know what reverse prospecting is? Anybody been to an MLS that has it? Okay, so basically when you go in and set up your auto email, you have control whether you want to be a part of the reverse prospecting or whether you don't. It's up to you with every auto email that you set up. So when you go in to set up your auto email, down under the settings, there is something right there that says, show this contact and reverse prospecting results. What that means is the search criteria that you're entering, if you said put a check there, then other properties or other contacts that other agents have within the system that are looking for that similar criteria, all of that is going to match them, and that property would probably be emailed out by other agents to their clients. Then you would be able to go in and look at your listing and be able to see who actually sent your listing through email to their client, and you'd be able to contact them just to see if they're interested, they want to see the property, or whatever.
Contact the agent or the client?
No. Nothing in the client is going to be there. It's only the agent. So this is the listing that was turned on reverse prospecting. You go here and click on reverse prospect, and it comes up and it gives you the agent's name and tells you that it was sent out. It doesn't tell you to who or anybody else, but it allows you to click on that, and you can send them an email just to ask them if the person is interested, or if you know you're going to have a price reduction or something, you might want to let them know. Okay? That's called reverse prospecting. Again, you have to opt in to use it. You don't have to use it if you don't want to use it. All right? Okay. You have a new client portal. Everybody knows what Email Plus is, right? When you email listings to your clients, they open them, and when they open it, they have a page where they get a lot of information. It's very similar to this, only with this client portal, they not only can bring up and change the display, but they also can search themselves for property. So they can come up here and say search, and they can search, they can save their search. Anything they do, you can be notified to let you know if they have saved a search, if they favorited a property, if they marked a property as a possibility, just like you do now. So this is what the client portal looks like. And then if by any chance they have selected, they have gone in and done a search, it shows their searches here, and also it shows the agent searches that the agent has set up for them to receive properties as well. Okay? That's your new client portal. Now, you as an agent want to be notified when your client does things within their portal. You go into your settings in Matrix and you can set up when and how you want to be notified of certain things that the client is doing. All right? So these are all the settings. If you want to be notified when they save a possibility, if they save a favorite, if they discard a listing, they can even add a note to the listing, and that note will go to you about the listing. So a lot of collaboration within the client portal. How many of you use Mosaic? Anybody? This is taking the place of Mosaic. It's built right into Matrix.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Question,
Yes.
Does the client have to agree to have you see what they're doing?
No.
Not sure I'd like it as a client.
You already see what they're doing
Yeah, you're-
with what you have now. You can see, you can go in and see what they've marked as a favorite, as a possibility, all that.
Oh, I've never done that.
Yes.
That's how you know.
Yep. You can either go in through that contact and see it, or you can go into the email and you can see it. Yep. Okay. One line results. Over here on the right side, there are a lot of new icons that are going to be here. But one of them, notice, is a S with a dollar sign and a B with a dollar sign. Anybody have a guess what that is? Seller's net sheet, buyer's closing costs. Close It will not be going over to the new system. You know, Close It is the program that took place Settlement Express. And now there is one built right into Matrix. So on the property, you can go in, click on it. It brings up buyer's closing costs. It automatically will autofill the information from that property into the closing cost report. And also this is the seller's net sheet. So that again is being accessed right from the listing in Matrix.
Oh, wow.
Wow, nice. Okay. Something else new. This is called hit counters. So hit counters, when you go into your listings, you have a little box that says show so that you can see different things going on with your listings. One of them is hit counters. And basically what hit counters is, it just gives you a kind of an idea on what is going on with your property as far as how many agents have sent that out, either a direct email or an auto email to their clients. It tells you how many. It tells you how many client views have viewed the property. How many have marked it as a favorite, as a possibility. How many emails have been sent up with your listing in it that was sent out. Gives you a 14-day view, agents published or rejected. That's the concierge part. Basically, the concierge part is where you have your, you can set up an auto email, but instead of having the system automatically send the listings to your client, you would have them send it to you so you can view the listings. You can mark the ones that you approve and want to forward on to your client, or you can reject any of those that are in the list. So published and rejected is what this means, and then agent, that's the total agents in the Bright MLS system that actually looked at your property through the Bright system. So that's the hit count. Yes? It's a price reduction. So it went down. Okay, hot sheets, again, this is on the main brightmls.com page, and this is going to allow you to go in and set up your hot sheets. So this is the same thing as your market update. You know how you go in, you set up your market update of what activity is going on in the area when you set it up, so that you automatically know, or you can go in and run it yourself. So you're going to automatically go in and run these manually, but basically you can customize it. You can do it for this session only, 24 hours, last 24 hours from 3 days ago, and then this is the information it's going to give you. It tells you what the status is of the property, what the change was, and so forth. If you want to customize it, then you're going to come over here and you're going to click on Edit Criteria, and then these are all the different types of changes that you can choose. If you want to know what price reductions, just what's new on the market for that certain amount of time, any properties that are pending back on the market that sold, you get to choose whatever it is you want to set up your hot sheets for your different areas that you specialize in. Do you have a question? Is it real time? Is this real time? Real time. It will be, yes. Here's the concierge. So again, when you're setting up your auto email, under settings, it says enable concierge. So if you enable it, it could just send you an alert on the home page of brightmls.com. Or if you would prefer it to be emailed to you, then you can check that box and we will email you the listings to let you know so you can go in and look at them and choose which ones you want to forward to your client and which ones you want to reject. That's the concierge mode. Again, you don't have to do it. You don't have to put a check in that box if you don't want to. All right? We do have agents that have the auto email sent to them, and then from there they forward it on to their client. Okay? And what's bad about that is when they do that, in that email, there's 2 pages, and the 1 page are all the emails that that agent has sent to all their clients. So it's not a good thing to do that. This is going to alleviate that problem. Okay, concierge, this is just showing you the listings, how you can go in and approve the ones that are selected or reject. How many of you use showing time? Anybody use showing time? Okay, so now if you're going to show property, you can go into Matrix, you can run a search, bring them up in your results, put a check next to the ones you want to show, go down, click on showing time, and it will put them in the showing part. So then you can just take all of them at one time and send the request for the showing. If the listing agent does not use showing time, it still puts it in the cart, but you probably will have to call them or CSS, whatever, however they use to set their property request. You can go in here and you can set up for each property the time frame that you want to show it. Once you do all that, you can click send request and they all go out at one time. Okay? Built right into Matrix. This is a cool feature. On the map, when you go to your map, there's going to be a new icon, and it looks like a little clock. So basically what this is, you have someone that's driving way too long to get to their job. They want to move closer to where they work. They don't want to be any more than 30 minutes away from where they work. So if you come to the map, click on the little INRIX time drive. It's going to bring this box up where you can put in the address of their job. Then you're going to say, do you want to drive to here or from here? Because you can do both. And then you can say, what time do you have to arrive at work? You put the time in. And then how long do you want to drive? 30 minutes? 45 minutes? And when you say add, it's going to search and it's going to bring up the properties that are within 30 minutes or however many miles you said from the subject location of their job. It's called INRIX drive time. Built right into the map. Nice? Okay. Sneak peek of the new listing management. What will be replacing Keystone? This is your home page. So look different? What's missing? Anybody? What's usually over here?
All the
All the little icons. You click on more, and now they're there. Photos, your documents, all that will be under more. This space here is going to be used for some other things that we have planned. That's why this space is here. But basically, if you notice, this has a gray background and this has a white background. The reason is because this is a draft. It's not been submitted. This one's been submitted. It says active. It doesn't say draft. But notice, they both have an MLS number. Because you're not going to have to submit your listing to get an MLS number. Because we found that there's other programs, not necessarily programs that MRAS offers or uses, but there's other programs that agents use that they can't do anything until they get the MLS number. So, as soon as you start adding a listing, as soon as you attach the tax record to that listing, it gets an MLS number. An A, thank you. Okay. Also, you're going to be able to edit from here, copy anything that has a little dotted line under it is a little link that will allow you to, this says active under contract, so this is like a status. You can change your status right from here. Also, your expiration date right from here. And when I go in to add a listing, I have, again, like a little wizard here. And this is a little wizard that's actually going to walk you through setting up your listing so that, and here's the answer to your question, when you finish entering the information in this wizard, it's going to know what fields to give you to allow you to enter your listing. So you're not going to have all the fields that all these other areas are going to have that don't apply to you. Okay? So that's what the wizard's for. Yes?
Is it possible to go into the system and list under two different categories? Like, say for instance, if a buyer is interested in purchasing a residential lot or purchasing something that's already been done and built, can you look for both at the same time, or can you list in two categories as well? Like some lots are just for residential,
Right.
so they should be able to list that lot
Well,
for
you can't-
residential and lots.
No.
Do that?
You can't put a lot on the residential. You can't put just a lot. It's going to have a house to be built on it or something in residential field.
Could we get away with putting in, say, a builder's rendition of what it could look like?
Yes, as long as that's what's going to be sold on that lot. Yes.
You can put it in lot.
Yes.
You can put it in residential and lot.
Right.
Well, you're just
Two in lot.
okay.
But you have to,
So you have to do everything twice, but you do once.
and you need
Still
to,
will have. Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
and you need to reference the other listing in your remarks.
That's good. Legal.
Yes, because if not, compliance will notify you. Did you hear what I said? You need to reference the other listing in the remarks. Yes, yes. Okay, so, first thing you're gonna do is pick what the property type is. It's residential. When you do, you can choose your subtype and your ownership interest. Every single field in Keystone, when you click on it, you get a help box that's going to tell you what that field is and give you definitions for anything in the pick list if you need it. Okay? So it's very intuitive because it's already going to give you a lot of information. So once you do that, you're going to enter your tax ID. Sorry guys. Enter your tax ID, and when you enter your tax ID, you can either put the address of the property, you can type in the tax ID if you have it. If you just put in the name of the street, it's going to give you a selection. You're going to choose the property that you want. You can click on this map to move the push pin. It also still allows you to do an advanced tax record search, and if it is a new construction and it does not have a tax record, it allows you to proceed without a tax record. But be careful using that because compliance really checks. And then you go into your attributes. So it says select all that apply to your listing. So if it is wood-oriented, you're going to click on that. If it's new construction, you're going to click that. You can pick one or multiple. So once you're finished with that, you're going to put in your property information here. Again, here's all your help boxes as you go along. Pricing is the last thing you're going to enter before it takes you to the listing input screen. All right? And now this is what it looks like. It looks very similar to Keystone. You still have your navigation menu. You have your mandatory bubbles over here on the left-hand side. And then everything in red, of course, is mandatory. You still have your find a field so that you can go up here if you're looking for a certain field or something in a pick list. You can type it here and it will bring it right up to the top of the screen. All right? And then it's a continuous scroll. You just keep putting your property in as you go along. And that's what your new listing management is going to look like, and that's what your new matrix. What do you think? Success. Also, guys, just so you know, when you're putting in your listing and everything, if you go up here and hit that little back arrow, it's going to take you all the way out to the very home page. So we do have back buttons built in here that you can be able to click back to go to the previous screen. That could be a problem. And we did change the name of this button. It used to be submit, now it says publish. Okay? Yeah. Just to throw you off a little bit, make you wonder what it is. Okay, my contact information, I have some business cards here also. I am going to get a copy of the attendance sheet. I'm going to put all the people that attended, put their names in. You're going to be sent a short survey. If you fill that out, your name's going to be put into a drawing at the end of the month for $50 Amazon gift cards. We draw 2 every month. Okay? So, any questions? Issues, concerns, feedback? Yes.
Yeah, I got 2 questions.
Okay, sure, go ahead.
One question on Keystone, another question on Metro. On the Keystone, does this new system support the CMA?
Yes.
Okay, back metrics. On the metrics, right? They have changed the email policy that you have to use, general MRS. You have to use any email account. Now, your Yahoo account or your Google account to access your account information, not the .mris.com.
We don't have MRS.com email anymore.
But I know they changed it. But you guys, that's what I'm saying. Are you trying to go back to the old system, or you just don't remember the new system? I don't go back to the old system because if you're incorporating this new idea, is there any room that you're going back to the old system? I just want to be like a heads up. Are you guys going to go to the old system or you going to go to the new system?
Just a new system.
All right, thank you.
Yes. Do you have a question, sir?
Before you submit, mistakenly in the left column of the show, we will close the dates that we already inputted.
Okay.
If it wasn't set.
Okay. Guys, his question is, if you accidentally, before you submit your listing, before you publish, if you accidentally hit that back arrow up there, are you going to lose everything you put in? No. It automatically saves it for you every minute, but you can change that to have it saved as often as you want. But if you hit that back button, after you put the tax ID in there, once you do that, it's going to go back to that home page and it's going to have your listing there. And you can just click edit and go back into it and finish it. Okay? Any other questions? Yes?
So you have to publish it before the website, right?
No. It's the same way it works now. You know how now you can save it and it goes on your home page and it will stay there for 14 days? It's going to be the same rule here.
But when we actually list,
Yes. When you hit publish, that's submitting it to the MLS and it's going to go out to everybody.
correctly, automatically put this on the change the system, or you have
Yes.
to be in.
No, it auto bills just like it does now. Yep. You don't have to put in the address or the text? Oh, you have to put in an address or something so it knows what to auto bill. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
2 questions. One, when we send an email of a listing to a client, is the client going to have a link to the tax record? It's not.
I think one of their displays is going to be so that they can see the public records. I think so, but I'll check on that. But I think they're going to have access to that within the client portal.
And floodplain or whatever, the same options that we have with floodplain.
The flood record?
Information as well.
I'll check, but I'm pretty sure that they are. I'm thinking that they might be able to see that display.
Okay, great. Second question is in regards to the actual search when it comes up, the results. Currently, we can add or remove columns, rearrange the columns.
Oh, yes.
It's set as a default.
Custom display, it's still there. Yes, you'll be able to do all that. Anything else?
You have a lot of people in the help desk with experience when you go live for MRS.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are, look, for training, guys, we're going to be doing, of course, just like we do now in the association, we're gonna train, but we're also gonna be going to hotels and areas, renting large meeting rooms, and we're gonna do massive training in there. We're gonna do office training, we're gonna have online training. So we're gonna be doing a lot of training before you guys get over to the new system and MRIS is turned off, okay? So anytime you see something come in your email from Bright MLS, open it, okay? Okay. It's probably gonna be something you're gonna wanna read, okay? Okay. Anything else? Yes.
I mentioned it earlier, but I didn't catch it. When is the go-live date for this area?
We don't have a drop dead date. It's going to be anywhere between December this year and all through the first quarter of 2018.
Got it.
Yep.
Will it come with a tutorial? You know, like if you would get something you can.
We'll have a lot of training materials and stuff, webinars, tutorials, just like we do now. Yep. Yes.
Is the listing is swept into the review system automatically, or you have to get it? If you have a listing.
The listing in MRIS? Oh no, everything is going to be moved over. It's going to be put in, yep. You don't have to do it, yes ma'am. It's still there, yes. Yep. Any other questions? Oh, yes.
Any updates to the app, like the MRS app, that is going to be a revamped?
I haven't gotten any updates right now for the app, but I know that everything they built, the new matrix, listing management has been built so that you can see it and it works on your mobile device. So right now, if you go to a matrix on your phone, it's not easy to see. The new one is going to be better, and the listing management, actually, if you have a tablet, you're going to be able to go into listing management to put in the listing. You'll be able to walk through the house with your tablet and just put the property in, put your listing in, right in listing management. Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice feature. They're definitely working on making everything more mobile because everything is mobile nowadays. So, yeah. Any other questions?
It's really user-friendly, huh?
It is. It really is. It really is. No more questions?
No, this is great. You did a great job.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Big shout out one more time to Super Peter Ramirez. Thank you so much for coming out this evening for our first training session, first class with the new Bright system, and it sounds like it's going to have some really fun stuff to make you more successful in your real estate adventure. So just a couple more things, you guys. If I can get everyone to just stand up for me. Just stand up. Stand up. Everybody stand up. Okay, now what I want you to do is take a big deep breath. Inhale. And then exhale. Pull that positive energy in and then negative energy out. Okay? And then what I want you to do is turn to your neighbor. And if you don't know